Pokemon market is continuing to go crazy. Today we have 10 more cards that are absolutely skyrocketing price. I didn't think I would be saying this again so soon, but this is another list of 10 that absolutely are popping off right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get straight into the video, but make sure you guys subscribe if you are brand new to the channel, because I post the most up-to-date notifications for everything Pokemon in terms of the market, what movements are happening, also some investing tips, grading videos, and pretty soon vendor POV as well. So if you guys are interested in any of that, make sure you drop a sub. We will be very close to hitting 5,000 subscribers by the time this video comes out. And when we get there, we will be doing a giveaway. So make sure you're on board, leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite Pokemon is. And let's get into the list for today. So the first card on this list is the Charizard EX from 151. No surprise here. This card was always going to be a banger. There was never a shadow of a doubt that the Chase card in 151, a set that everybody loves and a set that brought so many people back to the hobby, is going to be rising in price. Who would have thought? This one is up 56% in the last 3 months. However, a lot of that coming inside the last month alone, being 39, just shy of 39% in the last month. So if we look at sort of end of August, so August 24th, this was a $214 card. It is now sitting at $292. So it's gone up by like pretty much $80 in the last couple of weeks, which again is very, very rapid growth. 151 is becoming harder to find, and when it does release in places, it's just getting scalped. So there's definitely options here with the Charizard. If you've got one in your collection, you can either sell it now and grab some profit, or you can wait and see how it goes. But I'm definitely hanging on to the one that I have. If you pick this up before the price rise, then yeah, obviously you're up and that's great. There's another Charizard on this list. There's actually two other Charizards on this list, which we'll talk about in just a second. But the thing with these cards, anything like the Bubble Mew, the Sunzard, the Moonbryon, when they have that kind of nickname and the community gives them that kind of name of their own to describe the card, it's a pretty safe bet that it's going to go up in value, because it gets like a stigma around it. It becomes an iconic card from that set or from that era. So the Sunzard with this one, it was always going to be a banger, but the fact that now, you know, it's been nicknamed and has been running with that for a few months now, I never really had a doubt about this card going up in price. So the next one we need to look at is the Paldean Fates Charizard. I've been saying this for the longest time. This card and the next card, they're both gorgeous. They're both going up in value now, finally, because I think they were super underpriced. This was actually on my undervalued cards list about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden it's just shot to the moon and taken off. So a couple of weeks ago, this one was sitting at like $169, $170, and now it's sitting at $283. So it's gone up over $100. It is a 70% increase in the last 3 months. The last 1 month, it is 66% up, which is crazy. August 13th, you could have bought this for $176. It's now $100 more expensive 3 weeks later. That's crazy, man. These cards are just going absolutely crazy. So Paldean Fates Zard, 151 Zard, Obsidian Flames Charizard. You guys starting to see a bit of a pattern here with these ones? The Obsidian Flames Charizard is a card that I have loved since I first saw it. I've talked about it so many times saying, I don't know why it's not more expensive. I don't know why it's not more expensive. People would always say, oh, it was easy pull rates. Obsidian Flames people didn't really like. It's just a poor man's version of the Paldean Fates Charizard, which I definitely prefer the Paldean Fates Charizard out of the two. And I know some people don't really like the terastallized gimmick, but I still think the artwork is absolutely sick on this card. And it's a Charizard, of course, so it's going to go up in value. Sitting at $127 now, where a couple of weeks ago, $60. Less than $60. Let's go into the 1 month chart and have a quick look at this. So if we go back to when it was in the $60 range, literally all the way through August, it was under $70. August 18th, it hit $71. And then it's just gone up and up and up from there. And now it's sitting at $127. 102% up in the last month, which is crazy. So Charizards are just popping off right now. So if you head down to your LCS and they still have one priced at $60, pick up 3 of them because they're going up in value. Next up, we've got a couple of Gardevoirs on the list. Gardevoir is obviously pretty popular, but I think with the new mega set coming out, there's a little bit more attention on Gardevoir. I know there's people that will argue how to say it. I don't know if I'm even saying it right. Gardevoir, Gardevoir. I don't know. There's so many ways to say it. But this card, nonetheless, really cool artwork. This is the Radiant Collection version from Generations. This one is actually up 36% in the last 3 months. So starting to see some improvement, but it has been on a climb for the last couple of months, just steadily making its way up. And I think it'll continue to rise to about the $100 mark. These Radiant Collection cards, like people are really starting to notice them. And I think people are really liking them as well. And this one is definitely a great example with the Curlier and the Rolts on there too. It's a very cutesy card. I talk about cutesy cards a lot because my partner collects them, but cutesy cards definitely have their own kind of market behind them as well. So no surprise that this one is going up. The next one, again, the Paldean Fates, Gardevoir, similar to the Charizard. These things are just popping off right now. Paldean Fates just going off. Right, I'm surprised that there's not the the Bubble Mew on this list. Although I guess it was on the last like 3 lists, so that one's just never going to stop. I feel like, but Gardevoir's up 56% on this one, sitting at $124. A couple of weeks ago, $90, August 29th. That was literally 10 days ago. 10 days ago, this was $90. Now it's $124. Sick. Look at this climb. This is crazy. Madness. Gardevoir EX, this one right here, the Mega Gardevoir EX. Not a huge increase, but I don't know. I've got it on this view because when you click into it, it's actually kind of wigged out. I'll show you guys what it does. It just doesn't give me, it does this big drop off type thing, and I don't know why. That's the damaged one. I'll show you guys the near mint one. It looks funky. It just goes into the floor. So I don't know if that's an error on TCG players' part because that's technically $0. I don't think anyone's selling them for $0, so there must be an error there. But yeah, sitting at $112 right now. Nothing huge, but just steadily climbing over the past couple of months to $111. You could pick it up for about just under $80 a few months ago. So not the craziest increase on this one, but still some movement. And again, 3 Charizards, 3 Gardevoirs. Let's get to something different. Lugia V, one of my all-time favorite cards. I think this is the coolest artwork of any modern card. I absolutely adore this card, and I'm glad to see it. Well, I'm not glad to see it going up in value because I don't have one, but I think it's very deserving of an increase in price because this thing is sick. This art is incredible. A couple of months ago, you could have bought it for $260 in the middle of July. Now, current price is $405, which is a 43% increase. Now, with this one, there is no surprise that off the back of it, Ethan's Ho-Oh, very similar card, different Pokemon, similar art style. It's like the light and the dark with these two. Lugia is the dark, Ho-Oh is the light. I love the way these two cards kind of contrast each other. So yeah, this card was always going to be a banger. We knew as soon as we saw it that this card would be a banger. $183, it's up 30%, but a lot of it coming in like pretty much the last like 2 weeks. Since August 25th, it went from 155 up to 183, 23% increase. Over 3 months, it's 30%. So again, another good one there. This one, Paldean Fates. I'm telling you, man, it is just going off right now. So Pikachu from Paldean Fates. This is the baby shiny. Now, the baby shinies to me, like, they were interesting, but I would have much rather have illustration rares or more illustration rares in that set rather than the baby shiny gimmick. I just didn't get it. I would have loved like a full art Pikachu, a full art of some of these other ones like Charmeleon, which we pretty much only have the one full art of right now. If we got more illustration rares in Paldean Fates, they could have done some serious damage. There would have been some banger cards in that set, but they decided to do baby shinies instead. So I don't know if I think this card is worth $40. Probably not. There's so many other cards that I would much rather pick up for $40. But hey, I don't control it. This one looks like a buyout. There was 45 items sold between August 22nd and 24th, and there was 32 items sold between August 10th and August 12th. So off the back of those two sort of buyouts there, you can see a big spike. I would not be surprised if this one does dip in value because it looks like this has been an orchestrated buyout. And I imagine that the price on this one is going to go down very soon. Speaking of Pikachus, though, this one, probably not a buyout. A little bit more consistent on the sales with this one. Pikachu from 151, the illustration rare. This one is moving up right now, 76% increase in the last 3 months. Quite a bit of it in the last month, so 52% up in the last month, sitting at $45 right now. Still affordable, still way cheaper than it should be. I'm going to say this right now. The fact that it's Pikachu, it's an illustration rare. 151 is a set that everybody loves. I can, and there's other cool Gen 1 Pokemon in it. I can see Psyduck, I can see Growlithe, I can see Jigglypuff, I can see Gengar, I can see Butterfree. There's so many sick other Gen 1 Pokemon in this card that I don't know why more people haven't sort of blown this card up yet. I'm grabbing a couple of these and I'm sitting on them. I'm calling it right now. This is going to be a $100 card. At least. At least. But I think everyone's still kind of sussing out what illustration rares do and what they can potentially get to. We've seen a couple of big illustration rares. You look at like the Magikarp from Paldean Evolved. That's probably the prime example of an illustration rare popping off. But again, that has to do with like grading value and PSA 10 prices. That's a little bit different. But I think once we get into these next generations and the illustration rare sort of goes out of rotation and we move to a different style of artwork, this illustration rare in particular is going to be sought after, definitely, especially once 151 goes out of print. People are going to be flocking to these cards. There's already so many 151 cards that are just going up in value. I have a video planned on that later in the week, so make sure you guys tune in for that one. But in the meantime, if you want to watch another video of mine, there will be one popping up on screen for you right now to watch. I would love for you to click on it and check out some more content. But with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will catch you next time.